So we're going to start off day 2 by fixing the clip that I dropped down here. Any magnet to the rescue. See if we can find it without damaging this panel anymore. I already have. This cage makes it a pain in the butt. What if I can get through there? Right there. Okay, let's see. Flash it somewhere. That was this one. Okay. Let's see if I can try to sneak it out. Find it without taking the whole thing apart. I might have an extra one, but we have the panels all screwed up now. It really sucks. Right there, so the clip should be somewhere. I think I have an extra one. Nope, doesn't appear so. So we're gonna have to, maybe we can get the speaker to sit up a little bit. Maybe I can get under there and find it. Oh, speaker's too big. This is quite a pain in the butt. See, I can see it through maybe over here. I really don't want to take it all the way back apart. I don't see the clip in any obvious places. Maybe just pull this center stuff. That'll make it a little easier. Pull these two screws out of the console. I can't see. Maybe. It's kind of crazy. Just to give us some more room moving this panel around. There's the other one. It sucks. What a pain in the butt. And this flashlight is a little too bright for this. So fun. I'm trying to cheat. Nothing up here. This whole thing. Gotta screw Oh, it's a push clip. That's what's fighting us. My phone, it never stopped ringing. Yeah. Yeah, the main, no, it's the driver's side. The driver's side is the, yeah, that's the one that's on DHD. Who's at the dealer? I have a picture of the actual slip I took. I think they're both kind of far out. Like, they're both have a long ETA. Well, no, we get the passenger side. I sent you the one with the eBay link. It's like $90. It's dirt cheap. Well, no, the driver's side one is on DHD. That's the one that we need. The eBay one, it's starting to leak on the passenger side, and that's the one that's on eBay for like $90.
Okay.
So I figured I might as well buy them because we already told him he wants to do both.
Okay.
So.
Did you find both of them though?
Yeah, I found both. I sent you links to both of them.
Oh, okay.
The one.
I'm sorry.
No, the one on eBay is the passenger side one.
Okay.
And the one on DHD is the driver's side.
Oh, dirty hooker diesel or something?
Yeah, whatever that is.
Oh, okay. And they say they have it in stock, huh?
eBay it appears to be in stock, and DHD it doesn't specify, but they're the only ones on the internet that have one.
Okay.
The only one.
All right. Should I call them first and?
Maybe I just make sure if they're even open.
Yeah.
You know, and then I would just order it.
I'll get the one on eBay. And then Monday I'll call them and see if they have that one.
Yeah, because he wants to do both sides. I showed him what's going on.
Okay.
And he's like, I told him the driver's side's popped, and the passenger side's gonna be next. And he's like, well, let's just do them both.
Okay.
So he's cool about it. I figure if we can get it now and cheaper, we might as well buy it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. All right, I'll go look them up.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, now I can remember what I was doing. Taking the whole car apart now. Just for some stupid clips that I dropped. And I'm being lazy. Can't even see them in there. This thing kind of a pain in the butt to take apart. It's not that friendly, really. It's clipped in over here, clipped in over there. This one is, he's got, oh, it's plastic. It's like working on a Kia. Is there a screw in there? It was. I took those two. Oh my goodness. There. I think there goes all of them. We don't need any of them. Well, heard that one. The pain in the butt. I think it went in the glove box. Okay, I see one. That is not fun at all. It's horrible. Just because the cage, if it wasn't for this cage, this thing would be a piece of cake. I'd be halfway done. You have this one that's missing. I didn't see it on the floor. Another one. Okay, I found that one. I think was that one. Now let's look for. I think the one that's lost is that one. I don't see it on top of the fuel tank. So we're gonna remove the center panel and see. Maybe it's stuck up here somewhere. Yeah, here's something. Goodness gracious. Well, look what we found. Wiggle it, it fell right out. So, 11 minutes in, we have the clips. We're moving in a direction. Now we get to try this all over again. I would like to get this, that panel, and this is supposed to clip in underneath, but I don't know if I should do that with this. Oh my goodness. There's that. That's almost. Might have a speaker almost installed. Maybe. Fortunately, my memory is horrible, but it appears that washers went on these. I think I have extra of these too. When in doubt, get the impact out. Just trying not to lose no more screws. Not really. No need to find any more bolts. It's covered. It doesn't fit properly. Or we still have one more right there, or two. One there, one there. This one has a nut on it. Remember that. The speaker's gonna fit sideways. Put the bolt back in this. No washer apparently. I have a 10 ready, so let's try that again. Tighten this. Okay, one side. It's complete-ish. Probably should bolt down the speaker. The Rockford Fosgate's gonna be pointing this way, but if you turn it, the speaker doesn't want to fit. So it's just gonna have to sit like that. And I'm probably not gonna be able to get all the bolts in either. Look at this cage. It's about right there. These are the screws that they provided. Some crazy screws. I'm doing it by hand because I don't really feel like putting holes in the speakers today. I should make sure that I'm in the spot for them to throw it into. There's one right there. I'll start this one first. Alright, you can feel the gauge. Let's look and see. It's so bad. I think that's a spot. Weird. It's a hole right there, there's not a hole anywhere else. Let's pull this one out, turn it, see if I can find something where we get all the holes. I thought these covers would create all holes in them. Yeah, they did. So, according to this, it might not be too easy for you guys to see. There's a bunch of holes. It looks like it's supposed to go in the 3-hole because I at least see 6 holes for number 3. So we need to find the number 3, and it looks like it's gonna be right about there. Hope I'm not aimed in the speaker. Actually gonna be worn out by the time I'm done. Okay. That one's set in place. There we go. Those are some pretty nasty long screws. It sucks because very close to the cage. Like, I don't want to scratch the cage, but these screws in. And where is? So, just gonna have to be super careful not to punch holes in the speakers. We're going to push. See if I can lift it up. That one. I can get a screw in there. Unfortunately, one of the holes isn't getting screwed. Don't really want to mess with this cage. Like I said, if it was just around the top, I wouldn't mind lifting it off a little bit to make it perfect. But the thing is, it goes all the way around the back to the radius arms in the back, and I don't really have time to mess with that stuff. And I'm perfectly cool. It's got 5 screws in it. It's more than enough. It's not going to fall out. But next, We can leave the center all loose. I would like to start pull this, maybe pull the seat out. There's a lot of stuff going on over here. There's a lot of, looks like this side's gonna be a nightmare too, because of the cage. So, we'll see how it goes. Cause that's, yeah. So probably have to take the seat out first. And those are 18s, and I think the bottoms are 13s. I think that's what it was. I'm gonna check it on the other seat real quick. 18, 13, 39, yeah, so it's, this is an 18. I might still have the tools in here too. Yeah, 18 works. Okay. Okay. Now let's get you in a better, hopefully, you can kind of see it. I'm gonna turn this dome light on. This is a seat belt, like tensioners. So. I don't think I've ever taken the driver's seat out of this. I don't think so. And I put the nuts back on so you don't lose them. It's always good to keep track of your stuff. Then let me show you guys this down here. Should have a bungee cord this door open. It's not creaking the entire time. So I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we will figure it out. It's the first generation, I think, Milwaukee electric ratchet, and it's not that great, but I bought it on eBay because I needed it real fast. Because my Snap-on one that I recently bought went out, and we don't have a Snap-on dealer, so it took a while to get that thing warrantied. So I bought this, and the first day I got it, I used it to take out some bolts on a Duramax, and it started smoking. So I had to send it in and get it warrantied, which kind of sucked. It's not. That's why I have 3 different ratchets now at work. 3/8. I brought this one home because it doesn't work for work. Okay. So there's one right there. There's an 18. See that stud? And then there's a stud right there. And then also, can't forget the seat belt piece. So let me disconnect that, and we'll get the seat out. And there's a random cat in my backyard today that I've never seen before. So that's interesting. Try to get it out without breaking. Well, it gives you a nice little lead. Unfortunately, the clip came out of it, but I can put it back in. These seats are kind of finicky to get out. Can't set it there. Okay. Sit it in the garage. There's already no room in. Here's my speed strap. Throw that back there. I'm gonna have to get a bungee cord and tie this door up because it's, you know what I mean? You can only imagine what you guys are hearing. Okay. I'm using a big giant ratchet strap. I'm not gonna tighten it tight. Just gonna put it right there. So all we need to do is hold the door. It doesn't keep creaking like a scary movie. Okay, now let's get the subwoofer. And the subwoofer harness is somewhere. That's the right front. I think I don't want to go there. Put it somewhere. Okay. So I'll get you guys a better shot down here. I know that shot's got to be horrible. I can only imagine how bad it is. We're only 30 minutes in and got one speaker pretty much done, which kind of sucks. I'm hoping. Let's see what I'm doing. Oh, it's under my phone. Okay. So to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm looking at the camera. It's gonna be like a 5-day video. I don't know how I'm gonna cut it into pieces. Well, I guess we actually got the subwoofer installed, so we have almost, hopefully in about 5 minutes, we'll have 2 subwoofers installed in one speaker. The amp is gonna be another interesting part, unfortunately. Just because I have to take off my flares and I think my rock blocks, and it's not going to be fun. And then the fuse box, there's a fuse box in there, which you'll see once we get to that point. Continue without preview. Of course GoPro. I don't know why it doesn't. Why it only works when it wants to. That's not a bad shot, I don't think. Let's see if I can get you guys a little bit over more. Sorry. Okay, so let's try to remember how I did this last time. It was kind of weird. This goes down. Obviously the connector is going to go towards the back, so it's going to sit like this. What trips me out is that generally the brackets, that would face up. But they can't, they have to face down. Because they sit like this. But you'd think that their logo would stay up. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm doing this all wrong. Which I really don't doubt. You know, we'll find out I got it all hooked up wrong too at the end. But you live and learn. Now I'll know how to do one next time. And I do reference the video, the installation video on YouTube every now and then, but it's just, it's pretty simple to figure out by yourself. You know, it's just it's mostly common sense. I think. I mean, this really isn't, because you'd figure the label, like I said, would be on the other side, but I don't know what's up with that. Now I need to find my impact. These are not T30s. Let me go see what they are. There's an impact. Or in fact, we have T40s. So here's the good old Milwaukee ratchet. Tight. The other side I didn't change sockets. I used the T30. It works. Yeah, you have to be careful not to strip them. But now, let's see if I can get you guys maybe like right there, if we don't fall. So we'll line the back up on those, and then put that in there. You'll see better on that. Knew that was coming. Hello, I'm here. So, hopefully it's a decent shot. So each one goes in there like that. Takes away all your storage space, which is pretty nice, I guess. I'm gonna use this wrench to pry up on it so I can get this bolt in. Okay, let me go. I'm gonna lay in a little more. Because this is side by side, so it will be moving and bouncing around. And then now we have the sub cable. These are apparently this is rear sub, so there's no left and right, or you know, obviously. So I really like these. I think these are called Deutsch connectors. These are very nice. I've never had this panel off, so let's see what it looks like. So here's this. The Rockford Fosgate. This video I think is like less than 20 minutes long. Like, yeah, that's not very realistic. Rush through everything. But if you have a stock machine, it should be a million times easier. Shouldn't have to fight with it. Now you gotta be careful. I think this is the drive shaft. We definitely don't want to get near that. What's really nice is in the kit they send you really nice zip ties, which are my favorite, the push clip ones. I think just for safety, I'm gonna run it this way. I'll probably zip tie it to that, or maybe even right here, just to try to keep it away from that drive shaft. I do not want it to rub on that and short out. But that's done. You know, this side's as good as it's gonna get. Now we get to fight this. And you see the fuse box I'm talking about. I don't know if the amplifier, I don't even know if this is factory, this panel. I'm not sure. But I bought it like with this stuff on here, so I've absolutely no idea. So let's see what happens. I really don't want to mess with it too much. Sucks, my phone won't show me the picture. I don't know why it does that. Yeah. I mean, we could always move it, so it's actually not too bad. I don't know how it's screwed down. It's got wires going through and then a cheap looking relay. That's fabulous. Then this I didn't do. I put this in. These are pretty easy to, because we're gonna have to pull this whole upper panel. I might end up maybe dropping the column down if that's relatively easy, just to get in there. But see how this goes real quick. So we start to pull this. Hopefully you can see it. A little funky. Feels like a push clip there. Yeah, I'm really not too sure how this whole thing really funky the way they did it. But so we'll come out here. Let's see if I can get you guys a decent shot. I have to figure out a way to do that. Over here we're working in not really too much space. I have a small garage, which kind of sucks, but I really don't want to take all that apart. So I have to pull this off again. I think there's a screw under that holds that in place. So this is the bracket. It comes with this. The hardware's over there, but yeah, I'm kneeling on the dirty floor. Kind of wondering if I can just do this without. Let's bring you guys in here so you can actually see what I'm doing. Been hanging out there, so I'm not sure where exactly it's supposed to go, but they made this wiring really tight, which is kind of crappy. Just don't want to short anything out. This wiring all goes up in the cage for everything up there. You can see in here, it's a little funky. I guess this is factory. It says BRP right there, so. But I'm trying to see exactly where this thing mounts to. I'm assuming it goes under that tube. And I'm assuming it's not good, but it's just how it is for me. I have to assume. In the automotive world, we really don't get that great of information to help us. The screws, crazy. Okay. We gotta get this going. So, let's see this. Unless it's can't get in there. Oh, you know what? This is the back. Yeah, okay. So it sits like this. That's why they want you to take it all apart. There's actually screws through that screw up there. Okay. Well, we gotta do it. Let's just get it done. The more I try to weasel way around, it's just gonna waste more time. We're only have so much time in the day. Need some trays. I need my trays for home. I really try not to work much at home. I was gonna take this to work and do it, but it's gonna be a time-consuming process. So I figure it's best if I just deal with it at home and then just do it in my own time frame. Because at work I'd only be able to just do it 2 days, and I don't know what my schedule is on the weekend. Okay, now we're gonna take the rock blocks off. So these I think are 4mm Allen. My little cobalt set. This one has a 10mm nut. I remembered something did up here. I can't remember exactly what. Oh, that one too, apparently. There goes that. That's my tools at home. I just hate buying doubles. It's just a waste of money, but I really try not to. I'd love to have sets here and at home. Generally I do that, buy cheaper, decent stuff for home use. 10 wrench. You gotta use it. I buy the cheap stuff for home, like the gear wrench torque set, and I think I paid like 20 something dollars for it on Amazon a couple years ago. So I'm not gonna spend a few $100s on a snap-on one, bring it home, and then have 2 sets. It's just kind of ridiculous. You know, if I'm doing anything major, like serious, I'll bring my tools home from work. Because they obviously, you know, they are a better quality tool, but I'm gonna put washing on that. The gear wrench stuff, you can't really beat on too hard. But so far I've had good luck with the torques. But I don't use them like I use my tools at work. Every day I put them on an impact, torture them, and they just work. Not saying the gear wrench stuff sucks, but I've never really tortured them enough to know, but I have faith in my snap-on tools. And not all their stuff is great. You know, I'm not a fanboy of snap-on. If it works, I like it. You know, like the Milwaukee stuff. This stuff is amazing. These little impacts and drills, these are the best things ever made. See, this is one thing I deal with at work too. My impact does it at work all the time. It's fully charged, nothing. And I just used it a second ago. Now it works. That's something I deal with on my 3/8 and 1/2 inch impact at work. And with my snap-on stuff, I don't think I've ever had to deal with that. No, again, not dogging on Milwaukee. I have thousands of dollars in Milwaukee tools, and I like them, but some of their stuff just, like this battery issue, I don't know what the deal is with it. Because I deal with it all the time when taking off like lug nuts, it'll just stop. Right in the middle of a job, and it's quite irritating. I hate these plastic clips and stars. It's so cheesy. I wish they would. I think there's another screw down here. Yes, there is. That would have been fun to break the cover. I didn't crack it, it's just the clip popped out over there. I think that's the first time this one's ever done that to me. I know the ones I have at work do it all the time. My 3/8 and 1/2 inch, the high torque impacts do it. And all they do is pull the battery out, put it back in, and it works. And apparently it's not just, I thought it was maybe just a bad battery, but Apparently it's not if it's happening at home. I don't mix my batteries. So this is the mess we get to deal with now. Hopefully there's not too much glare from outside. Let's take a peek. No, it's not that bad. My video quality sucks. You guys are gonna have to work with me on figuring it out as I go along. And yep, you can see my butt. That is my butt. And this fuse box is probably gonna have to be moved. So that kind of sucks. Looks like it's some wood screws, and should just get one of those fancy ones that get push buttons. Cause I think this is for the light bar and stuff. Yeah, this was already. Yeah, that was none of me. This stuff was like that. It's like everything I own is difficult to work on. My house. Every time we do something, something else breaks or happens. This car, you try to, do a little upgrade and you end up fighting it because of all the modifications. But that's what happens when you modify your stuff. Like my truck, if I had to pull the dash out, I don't know what I would do. Because I put an alarm in it, and that's not the prettiest job, but it works. There's a stereo in it, there's all kinds of stuff in it. And it would just be an absolute nightmare to work on. Especially if I had to pull the dash, that would just be horrible. I don't know what I would do. So, I'm assuming that. Let me see if I can get you guys out there. I know. Try to get a better picture for you guys. I know my butt blocking everything isn't helping anybody. They did this all funky. I wonder if you can even use this cover anymore. I was thinking, because we can just mount it somewhere up here. There is a fuse box. You don't want it accessible. You don't want to hide it somewhere. Hopefully we don't start a spark party today. I'm not in the mood for a spark party. The spark party is causing it to arc out. Okay, so it's in the right place. Let me get the amplifier mounted harder if I can remember which one it was. Did it have nuts? Well, looks like we're going to have to figure that out. So I'm going to take a break and we're going to refer to the video to see what the hardware looks like, because I don't know. Okay, so I found the hardware. It was just hiding in a bag next to all the other ones with the zip ties. You just put the clamp over like that. Then you put the 8mm nut. Yeah, that fuse box is gonna have to be moved. it's not gonna work down here. Maybe I can mount it on the back side of the, or on this side of the firewall. There's just no room for it over here. So in the instructional video, it says to leave these loose. We're gonna tighten it right now. I'm watching the hole. You can see over here. You can see it's lined up inside there, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tighten it. If it starts to shift, I'll stop, but it should be good. Maybe we'll probably pull it just a little bit forward, just to bring it flush with that plastic. Yeah. So I'm gonna line that up. I don't think you can see. So I'm gonna try to line that up a little bit better. Let's scoot this bracket forward. Okay. A lot closer. Just so it doesn't suck the plastic back. It's tight. Okay. Tight, and we're a little far away. Not really. Just a hair. Next we gotta figure out this. Probably figure out this fuse box issue. So I don't know what the hell's going on under here with all this stuff. I'm wondering. I'm thinking I'm going to do something a little unorthodox. Because this panel, oh no, it'll fit behind it still. I was going to cut the fuse box out of the plastic because I figured this might interfere with it, but I think you can shove it up behind it. And I really don't want to destroy my stuff, you know. What we might do, just for ease right now, is cut this harness and I'll splice it back later once we figure out what we're doing. There's a little to no room in here. We have the grounds. And you have the grounds, and we have, I guess, I'm not sure what's this one. Over the power. Dude. Seems kind of stupid. Oh, great. Okay, so we're gonna take this thing apart. We're gonna take it apart and mount it somewhere else. There's no real way around it, which sucks, but you know, I'm just gonna do it real quick. We'll move this. I'm gonna have to take the 3 Phillips out, this 10mm nut out, just for the ground. So we'll start with that. If I can. I can get in here. I probably should have hooked the battery. Probably. Because this red, that piece right there is probably hot. And it is hot. Because the light works on the light bar on. this isn't. I just don't know where they tapped into. They did just kind of, I don't want to say crappy job. Maybe they didn't do a very thoughtful job. Threw it together. Well, cut this zip tie. I think these are all different colors. No, not all of them. So the purple, I'm not even gonna get the whole thing out because the power goes over there. Where does it get its power from? That's me. Gotta get it from somewhere up in the fuse box. Crazy. Yeah, because that red. This is just funky. Wow. This is not a very good job. Because this runs the light bar. And then also, I believe it runs the whips too. The whips are going to be a little bit different because I have new ones coming, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with those. But this red wire and this does go over there for power. See if I can, not that, that's me. I'm trying to figure out where the hell they went for power. Because this is them. So it's this. Oh, it goes, I'll tell, I think it goes to the fuse box. And I don't think they fused it. The way you can tell. Me, I think. Yeah, this thing's kind of a mess. I'm just to the point we'll just redo it all.